Hey everybody, it's Nicole or Nikki Bricks here, and welcome to my review of Bib Fortuna's Throne Room. Oh no. Oh no, wait. I meant Boba Fett's Throne Room. Welcome to Boba Fett's Throne Room. Hey everybody, it's Nicole or Nikki Bricks here, and welcome to my review of Boba Fett's Throne Room. Today we're going to be taking a look at this set. For the most part, I am pretty happy with it, but there are a few things that are just kind of so-so for me. But I'm going to show you guys like all of the details, all the rooms, and all the hidden little compartments that this set has. But first, as always, we are going to kick off this review by taking a look at those minifigures. So naturally, we are going to kick off the minifigure section here with Boba Fett. In this set, you do get Boba in his newly painted armor. And I'm not totally certain because I don't have Boba Fett's starship, but I'm pretty sure this is the same minifigure you get in that set, which makes sense because this is the repainted armor look. So it is supposed to look super clean. I mean, you can see there's not lots of dents, not lots of scratches, because this dude just coated this new paint on there. I do have a slight issue with the helmet and the jetpack here because they're not the right color. They're supposed to match his chest plate here. I don't really know why they've done that, since they went through the effort to make a newly colored helmet anyway. Maybe it was so that this whole like significant kill counts thing would stand out more. I really don't know. Aside from that, I think this is a really great minifigure. I'm actually surprised by the level of detail. I really love the mythosaur on the shoulder pauldron there. I think the rest of the coloring is actually really spot on. He's even got his skirt from his time with the Tuskens, which I was really hoping they were going to include on this. Of course, he does come with his carbon rifle and his jetpack. And he comes with the new face printing, which is Nougat, I believe. So that's Nougat Boba Fett, or the Nougat clone face, whichever you want to call it. Oh, but you know what? This is not the clone face, because it has the scarring all over. Yeah, no, this face printing is really sick. You can see that they added all these scars from where Boba was in the Sarlacc pit, just all the burns from the acid and everything, and he looks pretty Boba Fett. And again, aside from the helmet and the jetpack issue, he's definitely one of my favorite Bobas. Alright, next up we have Fennec. And boy, do I have a problem with the Fennec we get in this set. So listen, I think they did a good job with her torso and her leg printing. It's fine, it looks cool. She wears mostly black anyway, with like the hints of orange that looks really sick. I genuinely love her outfit. Like it's really cool. She has a cool rifle too, which I will now put aside so that we can look more at what she's wearing. Now Fennec also does have a second face printing, unlike Boba. This side is more of a serious kind of smile, or just kind of like her resting face, because she always looks, I don't know, like she's doubting you in a way. But I just think that this kind of smirky Fennec, that's the Fennec that I'm used to seeing. And I really like that face. So that's what we display her with. So I do think that her torso, arm, and leg printing does look really good. It is just her hairpiece. I don't know why it looks like this. I don't know why it doesn't have the really sick orange threading that's supposed to go all the way through. But for me, it ruins this minifigure. It does not look like Fennec without it. I don't know if maybe this isn't a problem for anyone else, but for one, I think her hair is too big. Two, I really wish it had the orange threading that goes through it. That is why I wanted Fennec's hair. I thought they were gonna do, oh my gosh, you know what it should have looked like? Give me a second. Nope, you know what, never mind. I was gonna try to grab my slave Leia so that you could see her really amazing hairpiece, but instead I'm just gonna like insert a picture here. So slave Leia, or Jabba Slayer Leia, has this amazing rubber hair that has tons of detail in it, and the braid cascades down her back perfectly. And I guess that was just too high of an expectation, but that is exactly what I thought we were gonna get with Fennec. And I'm truly so bummed that we didn't, because I'm just unhappy with this look that we have here. They should have gone with that rubber Princess Leia braided hairpiece thing. It would have been amazing. They could have used the same mold, which they probably don't have anymore. But I don't know, that's what I wanted. Anyway, this is Fennec. She doesn't even come with the helmet. Next up here, we actually have one of my favorites. I know, how unexpected. So this is the Thrall Dancer, but the real ones know that her name is Ristal Sant. And she comes all the way back from the original trilogy. There's even a whole interaction with her and Boba Fett, where everyone's like dancing to music when Jabba's, band is there, and Boba's over in the corner flirting with her. So I love that they brought her back for Book of Boba. I thought that was really cool. And I've always really liked this little background character. So yeah, I'm glad that she was in this set. I think her hair was supposed to be a much more vibrant pink. And technically, her skin is supposed to be like a light purple or a light pink. I think it's a light purple, actually. But I mean, I can vibe with the rest of this outfit. The other reason that I know it's Ristal Sant is when you take off her hairpiece, you can see the spikes on the side of her face there. Those are literally, like, I'll insert another picture of Ristal Sant. But yeah, the coloration issue, that is the one thing that kind of throws it off. On the backside, she does have an angrier expression, but seeing as she's normally kind of happy and dancing, I chose this one. And I like her printing fine enough. It doesn't really resemble to me like my memory of her, but the fact that she was in here regardless is just pretty cool, so I accept it. So next up we have the Gamorian Guard, and I am thrilled that we got this minifigure. He is a minifigure that I've always wanted, and as a new collector, I just wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna get one of him for quite a while. So I love this minifigure so much. The custom molded head, or the custom molded whole torso and everything, so he has that big belly. That's just pretty awesome. Honestly, my only quarrel is that we didn't get 2 of them, but we got Harry Potter level of minifigures in this set, meaning we got 6 or more. So I am okay with the fact that we only got 1. But yeah, in general, this minifigure, I do just love the accuracy of it. I love the detail. Kind of simple, but full of character, you know what I mean? Got their legs showing in their gladiator shoes or sandals. And yeah, for me, it's this custom molded torso and headpiece that is just the coolest part. And of course, they do come with their signature weapon. Definitely a really cool item to add to your collection. It is a shame that you only get 1. Next up, we have Bib Fortuna, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this staff because I just don't really think it's that cool. But that is what he comes with. So now if we're talking accuracy, this is not a totally accurate Bib Fortuna because he's not really fat, but I'm not gonna complain because I prefer a skinnier Bib Fortuna. I just love the headpiece. It is so cool. So how it works is you actually have a normal minifigure headpiece, and then this is a hairpiece that just kind of goes on there, and it looks incredibly bizarre when you're not displaying it on him. But that is what his face looks like without it. Got those red eyes, the sharp teeth. He's just a creepy dude. And on this side, we have a more horrified Bib Fortuna. My guess is this is before Boba just kind of Some pretty decent back printing there, but that's not something I ever noticed on the character because he's got these crazy Twi'lek things that I know the name of, but just not in this moment. But yeah, this is it's such a cool minifigure. Again, really cool torso and leg printing. And honestly, an instant favorite in my LEGO Star Wars collection again. And yeah, I have to say, I'm loving this whole hairpiece that he has and his face printing. It's just spot on. Woo, long minifigure section. Next up, another instant classic. We have a Quarren. And this dude is also really cool to get in your LEGO Star Wars collection. It's honestly, the printing looks amazing, but the best part is his whole crazy headpiece, the whole squid-looking beard that he has. I don't think that this is any specific character. It might be, but just none that comes to memory for me. And it looks really good in my opinion. Very movie and character accurate, at least shape-wise and all of that. And I just appreciate all the different molded heads that we got in this set. So yeah, this Quarren, he's another favorite. And last but not least, we have a Weequay Guard. Not quite sure which one it is, but he is definitely pretty cool also. He comes with a blaster. I absolutely love this head printing. And it's because you can see he has these braids that stick out of the back of his head, like his hair, obviously. And it cascades down the back of his head and continues onto his back printing. I think that was actually really cool and clever of them to do, because in all honesty, they could have totally just ignored this bit here and just printed it on his back, and I wouldn't have thought twice about it, but that is just good job. That looks good. It also does come down the front here, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not familiar with Weequays, not super at least, but this looks like his skeleton. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that later. But yeah, the best part of this minifigure is this whole back display here. Obviously not gonna display him like that, but that's just, it's pretty cool that they included that. All right, so Boba's palace I like, but I don't love. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, the 2012 Jabba's palace set was much better looking than this one is. And I would argue that both are playsets. I would actually probably argue that the 2012 was even a better playset than this one. But I do like this. It's fun, it's just, it is slightly underwhelming. I mean, my favorite part about the set is honestly probably the exterior. You can snap those two sides in, but it looks incomplete. Like, it looks like there's supposed to be a whole other layer on top there. And maybe it's because I've just always loved that old Jabba's palace set. That was my expectation. And what we got, quite honestly, it's not as good. But it does have a couple features that are fun. I think that this is more of a playset and less of a display set, unlike the last one, which could definitely have been a display set entirely on its own, and is honestly what I would have preferred. But starting on the left here on this tower that is too short, it's just a generic tower, maybe a watchtower. I mean, you could have some characters out here guarding the palace, maybe put Fennec up there with her rifle. We do have the gate here, which is fun. And what I'm pretty sure this is here is that like eyeball thing that pops out. So like in the episode where R2 and 3PO go to visit Jabba's palace, this eye just kind of like pops out there. That's pretty cool. And you can actually make it go out further. There, like that. But I do like the general build. I think that it looks very Tatooine-esque, accurate enough. And I do like these like columns that we've used here. I just, again, the sizing of it, the proportion is kind of throwing me off a little bit too much. I do just, in all honesty, I really wish this was bigger. I mean, they could potentially add an add-on eventually, but at the same time, it's like, what are they gonna put there? Like Boba's room? Boba's chambers? Boba's chambers would be really cool. I would forgive this set if that was an add-on. So the inside here is much more interesting, given that, again, I don't really consider this a great display piece because it's not accurate. So we'll just start in the middle because that's the most interesting part. And I've actually popped up Boba's blaster there, but that's not where it's supposed to be. So in the center here, we have the throne. And if you wanted to recreate that ending credit scene with Boba shooting Bib for Tuna, so basically you just sit your minifigure there, grab this super obvious crank, and he's supposed to fly out, but I didn't properly sit him down. So you can do that. The throne also can pull away from the rest of the set, which I do like because you can see we have the Rancor pit that's supposed to be down here. So what is actually pretty neat is that you can slide the throne out. Now all we need is an actual Rancor pit for this to go over. But that is still a cool feature. So there's some food, some knickknacks around the throne, a few stickers, got the Rancor, I'm pretty sure that's the Rancor, on either side. Same engravings that have always been on the throne. Don't actually know what this means. I'll have to look that up eventually. And yeah, here you can see how the crank works. Just kind of flip the minifigures out of their seat there. There's a cup, and that's basically it. But yeah, having moved the throne out of the way, you can see that hiding underneath it, we have what I believe is Beskar. Is this Beskar? Yeah, that would be Beskar. There was a blaster in there that just fell out. Another blaster. And yeah, if you wanted, I mean, you could toss some gold coins. I think that would have been a good idea to throw under there. Just Bib Fortuna's secret stash, essentially. Also do have some sticker pieces up here, just to add some texture to the set, I suppose. And behind it we have the kitchen, which I'm not totally familiar with the outline of Jabba's palace because we don't get a super great idea, but I don't think that's accurate. I'm pretty sure this is downstairs. Either way, we seem to have thought that the best idea was to shove that back behind the throne. But yeah, not entirely accurate. You can see we have some bones over there in the corner in a bin. Some red lights. I mean, this is the kitchen that we saw in the episode where Boba and Fennec go back for the Slave One. Some sort of mystery meat that looks like chicken, but it's probably not, cooking over the stove there. There's a pot in that corner, some more tools, a glass, some lighting, some drinks. I mean, just a bunch of stuff that you would find in a kitchen, or rather a Star Wars kitchen. These might be like preservatives of something. And you can see just, you know, more generic kitchenware. There's also a control panel back there. And what also is interesting is that they have these archways, so you kind of get the impression, especially when you unfold this building here, that you can kind of go through the kitchen or like add on other rooms here. if you wanted to extend the palace, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it is technically open on both ends. You can walk your minifigures through on either side. And yeah, I mean, the kitchen is really cool. I just don't really like that it's shoved back behind the throne because that's just weird to me. Oh, and also this detaches. And I just completely neglected to include that in my review. So this way you can have your minifigures access both the kitchen area and the hidden side that I removed this whole thing to show you but was unnecessary. Now over on this side, we just have a little area of the bar, or just some general, like a booth with seating in it. And on the inside there, I mean, that could be a drink. I don't think that's a hologram of any sorts. There's a cup, 2 spaces for some minifigures to sit, a nice window on the back. And again, on top, there's not really anything. This is just a barrel of sorts. Now, on the inside of the barrel, there are a couple of thermal detonators. Because, yeah, to be fair, those are watchtowers. You definitely have enough bodyguards in this set with Fennec, the Gamorian Guard, the Wakwe Guard. I mean, you can arm all of these people. And now, over on the right side here, we have the inside of the watchtower. Now this is where the little eyeball pops out, the little robotic, like, guard security camera thing. So yeah, this is the big gate that lets people in. But I mean, as far as I can tell, there's no way to like twist anything and have it open. This just, you manually open and close it. Again, if you wanted to recreate the scene where Fennec and Boba take over the palace, then that is the purpose of this little knob right here, which will just flip a character down the staircase, as Fennec does in that ending credit scene. There's a control panel. Up here in the watchtower, you have some binoculars hanging out on the side there, and just enough space for one person to kind of hang out up there. Maybe 2, but not really. But yeah, that is essentially it, to be honest. I mean, if we want to look up on top of the palace, there really isn't like too much going on here. I don't really understand the purpose of these here. So there are a couple of ladders, which is kind of what leads me to believe that they could add something on top here, but honestly, that would be difficult because these pieces here are all rounded, this sticks out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why these ladder vent pieces are here. It's kind of a weird way to finish off the top of the set. It's supposed to be a dome. Even if it looked inaccurate, it would have been better to at least have had a weird dome on top of this. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. But that is this whole set. Not sure where you guys stand on it, but this is definitely less of a display set for me and more of a play set. The playability is really great, but again, there's just too many inaccuracies for me. So I don't know, if you're looking for the ideal display set of Jabba/Boba's palace, I would quite honestly get the older model. I will probably just like mock this sometime in the future or buy the older palace and combine them, I don't know. But this, it didn't hit quite enough of the marks for me. These minifigures, on the other hand, I know I had quite a bit to say about a lot of them, but for me, they were probably like the biggest selling point along with this throne, which I mean actually is just okay. Honestly, compared to the 2012 set, this one, it's not as good. It's just not. Plus, in the other one, you get Jabba, but that's a whole other video. I would probably give this set like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But those minifigures really pushed it up. But I mean, as far as the actual build of this set is concerned, that's kind of all I have to say about it. So that is it, you guys. That is my complete review for Boba Fett's throne room. So if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.